wondered how you wanted to draw and paint a dog, in this video I'm going to show you how to do just that. So as you guys know, I always begin with the first stage, which is the foundation. This is where I would draw straight lines and just to get the contour of the shape of the dog going. So you want to be patient with this process. But as you can see, I had to start all over again because I also wanted to just record all of my mistakes. So the first one I did just wasn't aligned properly, so just had to start again. I wouldn't want to call myself a perfectionist, but you know, you want to practice what you preach. So as you can see, I'm just starting to outline the foundation sketches a bit more, just refining it, adding more darker tones to it. Again, I'm not pressing the pencil too hard, just so that I don't need to worry about using a razor and the pencil marks are still there. So again, you just want to keep everything in a straight line, sort of like geometric kind of shapes. So now we're moving on to stage 2, which is the refinement. So again, this is where you want to start to refine the lines a bit more. You're not only just adding more contrast to the lighter areas of the pencil sketches, but you want to tidy the corners more. So for example, the dog's ears is not straight lines. You want to make it more circular. So after that's done, you want to do the color blocking. So I've just established all the shadow areas and the dark tones. So it just makes the job easier for when you're adding in lighter colored water tones when you're painting over it. That way you're still able to keep aligned with where the shadow areas are. This is why the first 2 stages are very important, because it helps you to see where everything is aligned. So you want to make sure that the eyes are almost aligned with the ears, whereabouts in the ears is the eyes aligned on. All these questions you need to ask yourself. As you can see, I'm mixing up the yellows with the brown tones. I'm keeping to the same amount of water being used on each color, so it's easy for me to blend them together. Again, this is not the stage where you want to add heavy amounts of pigmentation of the watercolors. This is where I'm now going to start adding in the darker tones as well, just getting the color blocking going. So color blocking is mainly about painting the forms layer by layer. So I'm probably on my 4th layer, mixing pinks with it as well. Now this is the final stage for details. So this is where I'm going to start adding in some of the darker area tones, especially around the eyes and the collar and some of the shadowed parts around the dog's neck. As long as you follow these 4 simple stages, everything is going to fall into place. And again, don't hesitate to go back to stage 3 as well to use coloring pencils. I wanted to go back to using the pencils just to make sure that the forms have been built properly. As I've started adding the pencils onto the dog, you can now see the contrast starting to develop. A good thing to know about using pinks and reds, especially when you're drawing people or animals, pinks and reds tend to give more of an emphasis on the muscle, bone, and structure on the face. So it just is a very good undertone to use. The kind of coloring pencils I'm using is watercolors, by the way, but I didn't really add water to it, just went straight into it. Now this is called the touch-ups. So you've done your 4 stages now. Now it's just to tackle the tiny little details. So maybe you want to highlight the darker areas more and add in some of the white tones too. So you're now bringing this drawing to life. There were a few pauses in between those clips because I was still trying to figure out the approach on what materials to use in order to bring this more to life. And there you have it. This is the final piece of the amazing Vizsla Dog. So for more videos like this, please do subscribe. I share more tips and advice. Even submit your work and I can do a free art advice for you. And I will see you soon. Take care.